Hi everyone. Everything I'm about to tell you has been verified by the mechanics here in the shop I'm at right now, and thanks to that, we're going to help you solve each issue. When a customer comes in with that message on the dashboard, the first thing we tell them is something very simple. The car stopped trusting the radar. Basically, the system that measures distance from other vehicles, the one used for adaptive cruise control and automatic braking, shuts down because something isn't working properly. The car isn't going to stop running or anything serious right away, but you are losing an important safety feature, which is why the system disables itself as protection. Now, something we see all the time in the shop, and that many customers also mention, is that the issue seems to appear out of nowhere. Some come in saying, "It worked perfectly yesterday and today this message showed up." And interestingly, many of those cases have something in common: dirt around the radar area. Even if the front of the car looks clean, there's often dust, mud, or even moisture right where the sensor is, and that's enough for the radar to lose sight and shut the system down. Building on that, we've also had customers come in after a minor impact or even after replacing the bumper, saying, "Ever since the front was repaired, this error showed up." That's where we find another classic issue. The radar is misaligned. These sensors work with very high precision, so even being slightly out of position can cause incorrect readings, and the system would rather shut down than provide wrong distance data. In these cases, it's not damaged, it just needs recalibration. On the other hand, there are situations where the problem comes and goes, and that's when we start thinking about something electrical. Some customers tell us sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and when we hook up the scanner, we find communication issues between modules. It could be a loose connector, damaged wiring, or even interference in the vehicle's electronic network. As we say in the shop, if the modules can't talk to each other, the system won't work. Meanwhile, something that surprises many people is that the battery can also play a big role. We've had customers say, "This started after the battery died," and that's no coincidence. These driver assistance systems need stable voltage. If there are drops or spikes, the radar can fail and trigger that warning. Sometimes just checking or replacing the battery solves the issue. Also, in some Peugeot models, the radar doesn't work alone. It operates together with cameras and other sensors. So if one of those components sends inconsistent data, the entire system shuts down. We had a case where a customer had a miscalibrated camera, and even though the radar itself was working fine, the whole system still disabled because the data didn't match. Now, something we always hear is that some people try to clear the error by disconnecting the battery or using a basic scanner. And yes, sometimes the message disappears, but it comes back. As one of our shop technicians says, that's like turning off an alarm without closing the door. The problem is still there. If you don't fix the root cause, the car will disable the system again.